Yeah, I think I was miscounting. This is the fourth one because it's actually written right here. Something is written here. The password is Murasame. So there you go. That's how you get Murasame. I will say, without a doubt, do not talk to the man a little bit further down. Just don't do that. If you're not familiar with this version of the game, you won't know why. But don't talk to him. He's bad news. But there you go. That's how you get Murasame. I was miscounting. That's the fourth one. Plus, it's on the opposite side, which is weird, but whatever. That's Murasame. Let's stick with that and move forward. That's where you find it. Showdown. We're done with you. All right, so let's try to show off another one that's relatively easy. So Murasame wasn't the bad one. It must be Godhand that's the bad one. We'll start with Killikaport.
Here we go!
Because I honestly know where that one is pretty simply. So, unfortunately, we do have to go all the way through town. That's not that big of a deal. Town isn't that big these days. They're still recovering, but at least the Killikabeasts are going to be really good eventually, unless I poach everybody that's good off their team, which I still plan on doing. So, here in Killika Woods, there was this one here. Something is written here. This is half of it. You're going to want to write down the entire thing here, right? But as you can see, it's half the password. Now that you know what the password is, you can kind of make it out. V, then something else will be the I, then the C, something else will be the T. So it's half of it. It goes in order. The lowercase letters are also important. I'll tell you what it says. It'll eventually say the password is, and then victorious. So you just go back and forth, right? That's how you figure it out, but that's half the password. So let's head back and try to figure out the other half. Actually, let's head to Besaid next.
The final showdown.
So that I can show off where you're supposed to know to do that. To combine the two. That would be Besaid Island.
Here we go.
Even though it's right on the Besaid ruins. Oh, here in Besaid, don't go back to town. I mentioned that in the Blitzball recruiting videos, but seriously, do not go back to town. When I go back to town, you'll know why. But don't. Don't go yet. I really don't need to capture anything here anymore, so I'm hoping I don't get into fights. You know what? I could use the spheres. Hey, look, 2 of the 3 enemies that are here. Condor capture limit has already been reached. Yeah, I've captured everything that I can here, so they die normally.
I'm on a roll.
Sure, you're on a roll, and we get 8 AP. You get nothing. But if you're looking for spheres, this is a pretty good place. If you're looking for power spheres, speed spheres, mana spheres even. But where you want to go is past all this. Hey, look, there was something down there as well. Later.
Oh yeah, take that. Piece of cake.
Yes, it is a piece of cake. So let's head back here. Now, which way is the fastest way out of here? Once I make it here, where's the fastest save sphere? I think it's actually back. Oh, no. That's the ones up top. I can't use those from here. I was like, oh, it's right here. No, stop playing tricks on me. So, do you remember this one here? Something is written here. Killika and Bikanel join as one. So we already got Killika. And we already know what the password is, but it's kind of easy to figure out from there. So let's head back to Bikanel, where I still need to do some capturing, but I probably need to bring everybody in on those. So I might have to cut out the fights, because they take a while. So back to Bikanel Island.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
I have to think, actually, where the one in Bikanel is. Isn't it, like, way out there? You know what? I'll just meet you there. Yep, it is a ways in. So, in the ruins to the left of the save point with the sign that tells you to the left there are dangerous enemies, you can find the Albed thing here. Something is written here, and here's the second half of the password, right? Remember that it started with T, so the next one is H and then E. So the password is victorious. So that's how you're supposed to figure that one out. This is not even the hard one. So it wasn't an anagram, it was just split up into two different things, and I treated it as an anagram, but you can read it, you just have to go back and forth. I'll meet you back on the airship so that we can tackle the hardest Albed primer password thing to figure out. I'll meet you there. To get the password for God Hand, I had to do some research because I've never actually figured out how you get the password for God Hand. I've always just looked it up and people told me that the password was God Hand and I just assumed that it was right because it worked. And I never really figured out how to do it. So I did as much research as I could. There's not too many people that seem to know how this is done, and the people that do know how it's done aren't very clear on how they actually got it. So I'll do it as best as I can.
The final showdown with Shane.
And I'll see what I can do. As far as I can tell, it starts on the Meehan High Road, but we're going to need to go to Luca because that's the fastest way to get there.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
As far as I can tell, this is the easiest, well, this is the place where it starts. This is the easiest way to get where I want to go, but as far as I can tell, this is where the clues start, which is weird because there's no visual cues for it. Usually there's some kind of clue for these things, but as far as I can tell, this time there is not. If there is a clue that points you at the Meehan High Road, I don't know about it, and as far as I can tell, no one else does. But in order to get this one started, or at least jump in the middle, I assume maybe there's something. I don't know. I haven't found it. But in order to get this one started for me, we're going to start on the Meehan High Road. I'm going to go ahead and rent a chocobo. It's not far, but I don't want to get in fights. 1,000 gil will save me a bit of time, and I'm willing to do that. So, we want to go to this large circular one here. Like I said, there's no visual cue that this is where you need to go. I tried checking around back. Maybe it's around back. I can't see anything. The Meehan High Road is covered in ruins. So for this to be the special one, you would think there'd be something. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing. Other than it's just like a little empty thing. Do you have anything to say about this? There's got to be something here. I can feel it. So I guess that's the clue. That's the clue that there's something here. That's what you get. But no matter how hard I look, I can't find a thing. There should be inscriptions of some sort here. Oh well, probably wouldn't be able to read them anyway. So this kid provides you the clue. This is how you're supposed to know how to get this started. I assume it's a kid, he looks small. All right, so where it is on this left larger bush here. Of somewhere, there we go. Something is written here. There is a valley and a vast plain with a great thorn beside. From the thorn, look across the vale to the other side. So apparently this kid starts you on the quest to get one of the best weapons in the game. Might as well do some more capturing while I'm here. Oren, can you hit that guy? Sometimes you can.
Farewell.
Yes, he can. All right, overkills across the board.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Yeah, we're not going to get levels off of that. We're way too over-leveled for this area. So, that's the clue. That's how you're supposed to get it started. Like I said, if there's another clue pointing here, I don't know about it. But since that kid said something, I'm going to assume there wasn't. I don't think I've ever talked to that kid and figured out what he was talking about before. So, we're done here in the Meehan High Road, and I wasted 1,000 gil on a chocobo in order to save some time. So let's board the airship. We have a little bit of a journey to go.
The final showdown.
And that will take us all the way back to the Comlands.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
At the Comlands, we need to go north to what they call the Scar. So let's rent a chocobo. And we will head back to where Svanda is. If you saw my Blitzball recruiting video, you'll know Svanda. If you haven't been here before, there is a cutscene. I would recommend watching it. It's actually quite nice, this little cutscene. I think you have to go past this thorn thing in order to get it. But here's Svanda. She's a good midfielder for you if you want one. They won't let me further that way. All right, so The thorn here is what they were talking about. So let's look at this. Something is written here. With the veil at your back, go 49, then 7 to the right in the truest line. What they're talking about are walking steps from Titus. Now, I've done the math, and the chocobo goes about 6 of Titus's walking steps for every step it takes. So I'm going to do it all on the chocobo as much as I can. There's going to be some parts where I can't, but we're going to do it with the chocobo. So when they say face away from the veil, they mean directly at camera. This way. So 49 steps of Titus's walking this way. For me, it's going to be about 8 or 9 steps on the chocobo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. We'll call it 9. And then they say 7 to the right, which is Titus's right. So it's like 1.5. And it's there. And I have to get off the chocobo for this because this thing right here, this little spike, is what they're talking about. Something is written here. With me at your back, go 20, then 20 to the right. This is where directions get a little vague and people seem to get confused here. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. People get confused from the very beginning. I had to do a lot of research, but people skipped steps and they couldn't figure out why the numbers they were getting were wrong. But it's Titus's right. So we're facing this way. They say with this at our back. So this way, they say 20 to the right. Well, they say 20 and then 20 to the right. So from this thing, we're supposed to go 20 steps, which is like 2 to 3 steps on the chocobo. 1, 2, like there. And then 20 to Titus's right, which is toward camera. 1, 2. Actually, I didn't go far enough to the right because this is what they're talking about. So this thing right here is our next thing. Something is written here. Right 16 and right 4. Once again, this is all from Titus's perspective. So once you're facing this way, they want you to go right this way, about 3 steps, and then 1 up here. This large circle is that destination. Something is written here. Continue on, find me. Remember, we were facing this way. They want you to continue this way, and they give you no more clues. Where it turns out to be is all the way back there. You can see that I was pointed directly at another circle. So let's get off the chocobo, because you're not supposed to do this on the chocobo anyway. But what they're looking at is right here. Something is written here. The password is God Hand. So that is how it's done. As far as I can tell, that's how it's done completely, from beginning to end. If there's something else that points you at the Mian High Road, once again, I don't know about it. So that's that. That's kind of crazy to me. That I really could not find anybody that seemed to have worked it out like this. People had worked out that it had something to do with the thorn here and that there were directions, but they couldn't figure out which way the directions went. So, as best as I can tell, that's how it's supposed to go. But that's how you get God Hand. That's how you get Riku's ultimate weapon eventually. You still have to work on it, but there you go. So, let's get off my chocobo here. Let's board the airship. We have a couple more destinations to go. But that's how you get God Hand, that's how you get Victorious, that's how you get Murasame. Weird. Weird.
Final showdown.
Alright, so I've already done a little bit of work with the searching. We're going to do that more because, of course, there's more locations than just Bodge Temple. So, let's start with 13X, somewhere around 13, and 42Y, somewhere around there. There we go. Cenobia Sands has been added. So let's head there. It's pretty far down the list.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
And there's a treasure chest here that we didn't have access to before. In here we can find the Ascalon. Now I have to actually think what that is. Can I sort through here? They're probably not gonna... Oh! It is a weapon for Titus. Worked out pretty nicely that I did that. Titus, What is this Escalon that you have? Double AP. There you go. That's something that I really do care about. I'll be doing some grinding with that kind of stuff later. Maybe not specifically that, but something like it. So that is another location. Let's go ahead and search for more. The next one I have is 4058. So 4058. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them, just a good number of them. I have it closer to 4158, but this will take us to the battle site. This is the fight with the Crusaders and Sin.
Here we go.
That was kind of a big thing. But back here, we can get in one of the scars that I think I saw when we came here before. And we can find a treasure chest with a phantom bangle in it. Bangles are for Lulu. So let's see what we have with Phantom. Ice Eater, Fire Eater, Water Eater. That is very nice. The only thing that'll hit her then is lightning. So that works out pretty damn nicely. Some very powerful stuff in the game that you can get basically by randomly mashing X and exploring around the world map.
The final show.
Let's see what else I can find here. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing all of them because one of them leads to a dungeon I don't want to go to yet. But the next one that I have is 31, somewhere around there. 73, way the hell down here. A little bit further down, maybe. A little bit to the left. There we go. All right, so I have it more on like 3073, but there you go. Besaid Falls. So let's head to Besaid Falls.
Yeehaw! Here we go.
No surprises there. And here we can find the treasure chest and the save point that I saw before. And we can get the Dragoon Lance for our trouble. That, of course, is going to be for Kamari. Where is it? He's got so much going for him. There we go. Dragoon Lance. It's a counter. Magic counter and evading counter. That can be very good, but I don't really have... whoa. I don't really have Kamari set up that way. He's not necessarily my biggest strength guy right now, but...
The final show.
That definitely can be used once I have everybody built up to max. Definitely useful there. So, one more is going to be at 34. Somewhere around there. 58. So there. Hey, wow, got it kind of off the bat. Mihen Ruins. So let's head to the Mihen Ruins. We were kind of just there.
Here we go.
But we'll try it again. And here we can finally make it here. Remember I said I saw a save sphere out there and didn't know how to get there? This is how you do it. And here we can get a sonar, which I believe is for Riku. Yes, it is. Initiative and Poison Strike, not necessarily the best, but it does do the trick. If you're having trouble, just keep on going to the left and mash the X button. I know some people say they can't see this one, but I saw it just fine. So, those are the hidden locations on the airship. We also got ourselves a couple ultimate weapons, thanks to powering up the Cloudy Mirror into the Celestial Mirror, and we will pick up from here next time. That is going to do it for these bonus episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy X. I'm joined, as always, by my randomly mashing X champion squad of Orantita, Swaka, Riku, Yuna, Kamari, and Lulu. Hope you guys have enjoyed these parts. Hope you laughed. Hope you learned. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.